Yo, this is your favorite friendly neighborhood Toronto, and this is probably going to be the last video I make on Halo Infinite and just this horrible development that and the condition that it's left in right now. But recently, Microsoft came out to just say that they've added some veterans from Halo back onto the Halo Infinite team just to try to get this thing moving in the right direction. And the big staple over here was that Joseph Staten was coming back. He was a lead writer for Halo 1, 2, and 3, going into OEST and Reach. He has some help in those as well. But he was coming back on to help pretty much right the ship for Halo Infinite. And to me, I don't look like at any of this as really good news, considering that what happened to Destiny when they lost their writer and that whole narrative kind of went apart. But they only have a year to get this right, because again, they're trying to ship this for 2021, and I can tell you right now, this is not coming out until at least holiday 2021. There's no way they could do this for April or anything like that. If you're bringing him on, like, he's here to make some structural and probably some hard decision choices when it comes to this game. But I've been saying even from a week after the Xbox Game Showcase that this game probably should not release until 2022. Like, it really needs some time to be put back into the oven and cook properly, because they tried to take it out of the oven too early. They didn't put the right ingredients in there, and we have nothing but a big mess right now. And I know it just seems like I'm always squatting over Halo and just dropping a huge number 2 on it, but I'm just giving you just the opinions of a game dev student and understanding kind of the inner workings of how these things are kind of put together, right? So with that said, is like there has to be some serious design decisions that have to be really reconsidered, because one of the things that they were always pushing with Halo was that this is also going to be a 10-year game, right? And I'm looking at the bigger picture is like, well, if this is supporting the Xbox One, when does Halo Infinite stop supporting the Xbox One if it's a 10-year game? Is this supposed to still be a platform on Xbox One 10 years down the road for a 7-year console already? Because if you have this game, it's like, well, does this next update, because it's not like Destiny in this case where they came out with Destiny 2 and then Destiny 2 was just next gen exclusive at that point in time. This is just going to be Halo, one game, and then they're just going to be updating it. So like, from that perspective, you're already working with an anchor. And everybody kept saying that, oh, you know, especially the Xbox fanboys, I've been getting a lot of hate from them. We're just like, yeah, you don't know anything. Next gen is not going to hold anything back. They've been doing it on PC for a while. And I'm just like, yo, you guys are always talking about graphical fidelity, not the game design. The game design, no matter how you want to twist it and shape it, like, it is going to be hampered by trying to design it for the Xbox One. And then your Xbox Series X game is really just an Xbox One game that designed that way with then Series X graphical features, right? It's not a designed game for the Xbox Series X, because then it wouldn't work, period, on the Xbox One. And when people make games for the PC, they're always doing a lower common denominator, right? And then they just change the graphical settings, not the design of the game, the graphical settings. Hopefully that's the last time I have to say that, but I'm sure in the comments and on different forums I'm gonna get more hate, but hey, that's just what it is, right? And then I'm okay with games taking a long time to be made. It is a very complicated situation, especially if you're trying to make it as big and as ambitious as 343 is trying to do with Halo Infinite. But there's a serious problem when your biggest franchise for your entire company, I'm talking about, this is your Mario, all right? Like, you're not taking full advantage of the hardware that you're trying to sell, especially as the most powerful console on the market. And you guys are here pushing ray tracing as one of the staple features of next generation, and that is not ready for your biggest franchise. Like, that's not even halfway through development where you could kind of start showing it off. You're saying it's not going to be released until after the game is launched. Like, no one could tell me this is all on COVID. I mean, this is also really heavily put on the marketing team here, because they've been pushing this game as it was going to be a technological showcase. And not only that, Halo has always been a technological showcase when it comes to Xbox. When it came to Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, it was always one of the best looking games when it came out. And not only that, if they were going to say they're trying to stylize it, but then why show us that trailer then? The trailer that you showed for Halo Infinite was insinuating that this was going to be a graphical showcase, right? Like, it looked amazing when we saw it, and that was on top of the fact that you were now promoting the Project Scarlet at the time, saying this was going to be 12 teraflops. This is going to be the most powerful and fastest console on the market. And then you also tie that in with that trailer. What was anybody else supposed to say? To me, you're telling me you guys are stylizing it. Just seemed like an excuse because you guys really wanted it to look good, but then there could have been a lot of development issues that were going on, and you guys are putting a spin on it to make it not look as bad as it does. Because I can tell you this, for a perfect example here is Ratchet and Clank. That game I've been playing that game since PS2, and I didn't miss a game after Tools of Destruction on the PS3, right? That's a game that is heavily stylized to make it look the way that it does look. But no one can tell you that that game does not look amazing when they saw it for the PlayStation 5, and especially when they saw it for Gamescom, right? The fidelity for it, they were pushing a lot of it, the animations and everything. It looked good and it was stylized. It doesn't need to be photorealistic. It's just that they had great lighting and everything. The textures weren't flat and they had better textures, and the gameplay looked engaging, right? It looked like it was a next-gen game. But Halo Infinite, not only did it not look like it, it didn't play like a next-gen game. Everything seemed slow. It seemed the textures again were flat. And this is again coming from a studio in Insomniac where they're working on Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2, and probably even another IP at the same time as Ratchet and Clank, and still putting out this type of quality, while 343 is only exclusively working on Halo with the resources that are available to them for such a franchise. Again, this is Microsoft's Mario. If they need it, they get it. So for it to be in the state that it's in right now is just crazy to me. And anybody that's there defending it's like you're not looking at facts and you're probably holding on to opinion. Just look at it for what it is. There is a lot of trouble that is going over on Paradise at 343 and Microsoft. Like, there's just no way. Again, coming from a game dev student's eyes, I just know that is not what that game is supposed to be, and not what they wanted it to be. There's a lot of different things going on, and they're probably pushing it like, yo, this is what we wanted it to look like, so then it doesn't look any worse on them. No, it wasn't. Because then don't show us those type of trailers building up everybody's expectations, and then when it doesn't meet those and everybody sees like Craig, you're gonna be like, well, that's on you guys, no, I'm not with that one, so you guys let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree with me. Let me know why you disagree with me. Use facts, not opinions, all right? And say these are the reasons why things should have happened the way they did. But I just wanted to say thank you for all those that made it through to the end of this video. Please share, like, and subscribe if you like this video. If not, hit the thumbs down, hit me in the comments, tell me what you want me to improve on, and also just hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of the new videos that I do post. It really does a lot in helping me grow this channel. I will have all the details on where you can follow everything Toronto in the description. So that's everything for now. So it's not bye. See you later on the next one, and I'm out.